want to hear a sleepy bedtime story for kids? Well, then stay tuned because tonight we are diving deep into the ocean for Lily and Max's underwater dream. It was a rainy night, and Lily and Max were snuggled in bed, listening to the soft drops dancing on the window. Suddenly, splash! Their bed turned into a magical submarine glowing with soft blue lights. "Are we underwater?" whispered Max. "Let's explore," said Lily with a smile. The submarine gently dove beneath the waves. Bubbles tickled their faces as they floated past shimmering fish, glowing jellyfish, and sleepy sea turtles wearing tiny nightcaps. Suddenly, a beautiful mermaid with long flowing hair swam closer. Her tail shimmered with all the colors of the rainbow. "Oh dear," she said, "the moon pearl is missing. Without it, sea creatures can't sleep." She explained that only someone who was kind, brave, and true could find the pearl and return it. "You look like you're about to be very good at that," she said, winking at Lily and Max before disappearing in a swirl of bubbles. "Let's follow her," said Max, pressing his nose against the window. But when he looked back, they were no longer in their bedroom. They were inside their submarine, and the bedroom window was gone. In its place, an opening that led to the vast ocean. "Wow!" breathed Lily. "This is incredible. How do we steer this amazing submarine?" "I think I have an idea," said Max, pulling a lever that looked just like a steering wheel. To his surprise, the submarine began to move forward. "All right," he said with a grin. "Let's go find that moon pearl." They floated past colorful coral heads and funny-looking sea creatures. Then they spotted a group of seahorses with sparkling tails. One of them swam closer and said, "Hello there. We saw what you were looking for. Come with us and we'll show you where it is." Lily and Max followed the seahorses into the coral caves, where giant coral branches twisted and turned overhead. Giggling starfish peeked out from behind rocks and pointed their many arms toward a bubble maze up ahead. "That's the way," said one of the starfish. "But be careful if you pop a bubble. You'll get lost forever." Lily and Max thanked the starfish and continued on. They carefully made their way through the maze. When they finally reached the middle, they heard a voice say, "Who's there?" Startled, they spun around to see a grumpy-looking pufferfish with sharp spines. Hi," said Max. "We're just trying to find the moon pearl." The pufferfish grumbled and crossed his arms. "So what if I don't want to tell you where it is?" he asked. "Then you'll never find it," said Lily with a smile. The pufferfish puffed up his chest and said, "Well, if you want to find it, you'll have to go through my obstacle course first." First, he sprayed water at them to test their aim. Then he made them dodge his sharp spines as he zoomed back and forth. Next, he threw rocks into the water to make them jump over them. But Lily and Max worked together and dodged every single rock. Finally, the pufferfish let out a big sigh and said, "All right, you may have found a moon pearl, but you'll never get out of here alive." He pointed to the exit and said, "Go through that cave and you'll find it." Lily and Max thanked him and raced away. Inside the cave, they found the moon pearl sitting on a rock. It looked like a giant pearl with a soft glow. As they approached, a gentle sea dragon with colorful scales emerged from behind it. "Oh, hello," he said with a warm smile. "What brings you to my humble abode?" "We're looking for the moon pearl," said Max. "Is this it?" The sea dragon's smile faded and he looked down at his feet. "I'm sorry," he said, but I didn't mean to keep it." He explained that he had found the pearl first and got so distracted by its beauty that he forgot to return it. "Well," said Lily, "it looks like we found it. So why don't we take it back together?" The sea dragon smiled and nodded. They all three made their way to the end of the cave. There they saw the silhouette of a beautiful coral reef. The sea dragon said, "The moon pearl belongs on the tallest coral tower. Placing it there will bring light and peace to our home." Lily and Max smiled at each other and said in unison, "We'd love to help." As they approached the tower, the sea dragon suddenly stopped. "Wait," he said, "you haven't earned the right to touch it yet. You must pass my final test." Lily and Max frowned. "What test?" Before they could ask, the sea dragon splashed them with water, turning them into mermaids and mermen. "Now," he said with a smile, "race to the top of the tower and I'll give you the pearl." With powerful tails, Lily and Max swam upward. They twisted and turned with the current, dodging rocks and seaweed. Finally, they reached the top and gasped at the sight before them. Hundreds of fish were trapped inside the tower, unable to escape the dragon's clutches. "Oh my goodness," said Lily, "we need to free them." So while Max kept watch, Lily released the fish one by one. When she freed the last fish, she heard a splash and turned to see the sea dragon struggling to swim. Turns out the water had become very thick and sticky, like honey. The fish had made a mess. "Quick," called Max, "put the pearl on the tower before he sinks." Together, Lily and Max placed the moon pearl on the topmost branch. Instantly, the water became still and clear again. The moon pearl glowed brightly, filling the ocean with light and color. The fish darted through the water happily, chirping and singing. The sea dragon smiled and gave Lily and Max each a small seashell. "These whisper special messages whenever you miss us," he said with a wink. Then with a flick of his tail, he disappeared into the darkness. Taking a deep breath, Lily and Max knew it was time to go home. They swam to the surface and popped out of the water just as the sun began to rise. Looking back, they could see the beautiful coral reef and all of the happy fish. Then they noticed something else. Their bed was floating in the sky. "Quick, let's climb aboard," said Lily. The bed slowly rose higher and higher until it reached the clouds. Then it began to fall, floating down like a balloon. Soon, they were gently landing in their room. Narrator, soft and dreamy, woke up Max. "Max, we're home," he mumbled sleepily, yawning widely. "Did we ever really leave?" Then he felt something soft and smooth under his hand. It was one of the seashells from the sea dragon. Max smiled. "I guess we did go on quite the adventure last night," he whispered. Lily yawned, and the ocean whispered, "Sleep well, little explorers." And just like that, the two adventurers drifted off to dreamland once again. Thank you for joining us on this sleepy adventure. If you enjoyed this bedtime story, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss any of our stories. And always remember, whenever you miss us, just dream. Sweet dreams, everyone!